Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling completely drained, confused, maybe even doubting your own reality? Like somehow everything felt a little off, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. If that sounds familiar, you might be dealing with a narcissist. And no, I'm not just talking about someone who takes a lot of selfies or loves to talk about themselves. Real narcissism runs much deeper, and it can be emotionally exhausting, manipulative, and even dangerous. In this video, we're going to break down 7 clear signs you're dealing with a narcissistic person. By the end, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to protect your mental and emotional space. Sign 1. They constantly crave attention, even if it comes at your expense. At the core of narcissism is a bottomless need for validation. Narcissists are addicted to attention the way some people are addicted to drugs. And they'll do just about anything to stay in the spotlight. That means they dominate conversations. They interrupt constantly. If you're talking about something exciting in your life, they'll either dismiss it or immediately redirect the topic back to themselves. Example, you're telling them about a recent achievement like getting promoted at work. A healthy person would congratulate you. But a narcissist? They might say something like, "Oh, that's cool, but honestly, I could have gotten that job in my sleep. I just didn't want to settle." Or, if you're going through a hard time, instead of offering empathy, they'll compare it to their own situation, usually something much worse. It's always about them. Even your pain becomes their stage. Sign 2. They lack true empathy. Narcissists can fake empathy when it serves them, but real, authentic emotional connection? That's not in their toolbox. They don't genuinely feel what others feel. Instead, they analyze emotions like data, using your feelings to manipulate or control. When you open up to a narcissist, you'll often walk away feeling unheard or even foolish. Why? Because instead of listening, they invalidate you. They might say things like, "Why are you being so sensitive? Wow, you're really overreacting. You always take things the wrong way." These phrases are designed to make you feel like the problem so they never have to face accountability. The truth is, when someone lacks empathy, they can't be a safe place for your emotions. And that's a serious red flag. Sign 3. They subtly or openly tear you down. At first, narcissists often love bomb you. They shower you with compliments, admiration, and attention. You might even feel like you've met your soulmate or your new best friend. But once they've got you emotionally invested, their true self begins to surface. They start making jokes at your expense. They critique your looks, your intelligence, your decisions, usually with a smug smile or a passive-aggressive tone. "Oh wow, you're actually wearing that?" Or "You really think that's a good idea?" It's never direct enough to call out, but always sharp enough to leave a sting. This cycle, idealization followed by devaluation, is a classic narcissistic tactic. It keeps you off balance, always wondering what you did wrong, always trying to win back their approval. Sign 4. They never take responsibility. It's always your fault. One of the most exhausting things about narcissists? You can never win. Even when they're clearly in the wrong, somehow you end up apologizing. This is called gaslighting, a psychological manipulation technique where they distort facts, deny things they said, or twist events to make you question your memory and sanity. They'll say things like, "I never said that, you're imagining things," or "You're so dramatic." Over time, you start doubting yourself. You wonder if maybe you really are the problem. You overthink every word, every text, every moment. That's exactly what they want, for you to feel so unsure of yourself, you stop standing up for your own truth. Sign 5. They're constantly jealous and turn everything into a competition. Narcissists are deeply insecure underneath the surface. So when they see others succeed, especially those close to them, they feel threatened. That's why they'll often downplay your wins or try to one-up you. You got a new job? They've already had 3 better ones. You traveled somewhere exciting? They've been there and it wasn't that great anyway. Even your relationships, hobbies, or style choices can trigger their envy. They don't want to celebrate you, they want to compete with you. And if they can't outshine you, they'll try to sabotage you. Sign 6. They don't respect your boundaries. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect. But narcissists? They see boundaries as a threat to their control. Say no to a narcissist and you'll often be met with anger, guilt-tripping, or the silent treatment. They might text you relentlessly, show up uninvited, or demand access to your time, energy, and attention regardless of what you need. And if you try to explain your boundaries, they'll accuse you of being selfish or cold. The truth is, narcissists expect the world to revolve around them. When it doesn't, they punish you emotionally. Sign 7. They idealize you, then suddenly devalue and discard you. At the start of a relationship with a narcissist, whether romantic, platonic, or professional, it can feel magical. They make you feel special, seen, and admired. This phase is called idealization. But it's not real love, it's a manipulation tactic to pull you in fast. Once you stop feeding their ego, or worse, challenge them, they flip. They might start ignoring you, belittling you, or disappearing altogether. It's emotionally devastating because it feels like you lost someone who never even existed. This is known as the idealize, devalue, discard cycle. And it can be incredibly painful and confusing, especially if you're emotionally attached. If you recognized yourself in any of these signs, not as the narcissist, but as the one being affected, please hear this. You are not overreacting. You are not too sensitive. And you are absolutely not crazy. Narcissists are experts at making you doubt yourself. That's how they keep control. But once you start seeing the patterns, you take back your power. Setting boundaries, seeking support, and removing yourself from toxic dynamics, those are not acts of cruelty. They are acts of self-love. And you deserve relationships that feel safe, kind, and real. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is no.